I mean, selfish reasons. Selfish reasons is really one of the reasons and motivation behind showing up and starting this YouTube channel of daily writing. And the reason I say that, if I'm just being totally transparent about the process, is that I have been flower farming for only 2 years now. Many of you that followed me on my other Instagram saw that I was a flower farmer. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I was so stoked. I was like, oh my God, I found my calling in life. Like, this is it. I am going to be a flower farmer. I have never had so much joy exploding in my day as I have the last 2 years flower farming. And so, you know, with life happening and health happening and Chad and I having to make some very tough decisions and practice the art of letting go, we decided that we would sell our house in Ventura and just really try to minimize, simplify. We've had a lot of perspective these last 2 years with a cancer diagnosis, and we decided that we would sell our house, and with that meant, of course, letting go of the flower farm and all of the infrastructure that I had worked tirelessly to build. So I've been thinking about this video because it's been a little bit of a painful process, but also eye-opening. And so I thought, well, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do to replace that time, replace that joy of physical flower farming and planting seeds and harvesting these gorgeous, colorful zinnias and dahlias and all these flowers that I was just starting to understand and like fully fall in love with. But also, okay, so this is just a season in my life. I can plant flowers anywhere Chad and I go. I can start another flower farm. So what am I going to do instead? What am I going to do in the interim when I'm just hitting the pause button on flower farming and I still have gifts to share with the world, women to connect with? And I thought about this random writing channel. So here I am. So if you want to know why I'm doing this or why I started to show up, honestly, it was for selfish reasons. It was something that I needed in my personal life very, very much. It was a gap that I was trying to fill. And I thought, even if no one watches these videos, it's okay, because I have no expectations. And at this point, if I just show up for myself every single day, which means taking a walk to try to get these ideas flowing and share a video, I'm going to be honest, I feel better. Like, after these walks and after I do these videos and after I'm basically out loud processing a therapy session, I'm like, oh, I feel better. And then it's just cherry on the top if I can share them with the world, if I can share them with a handful of people who they also help. So today I was just really thinking about like my honest motivations, and I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to think of how we can support ourselves, because that's really where we need to start. And what do we need the most in this season of life right now? And then how could that eventually, when you're ready, if you're ready, how can that gift or that thing that you really needed help other people? So the writing prompt for today, I want to invite you to think about, what do you need in this moment today that feels selfish? And when we hear the word selfish, it has a very negative connotation, but we're going to just set that aside for a moment. I want to invite you to be selfish in this moment right now. It's probably something that your body or your heart is calling you to do or need or ask for. And I just want you to write that down in your journal today. Be selfish for a moment in your journal, knowing nobody has to read it. Nobody has to hear your thoughts out loud, and just put it down on paper. And then put some context around that idea. Why does that feel selfish to you? Is there another way you can frame that? Like, self-care. This is my self-care instead of this is me being selfish. Think of other words that you can frame around that idea to help give you permission to lean into what your body is telling you that you need right now. And just spend a couple minutes writing about that today. This should be an interesting one. Happy writing.